University, where today we are set to tip off the women's side of the NAIA National College Basketball Tournament here in Omaha. Tyler Reedy alongside Owen Godberson. Owen, first of 4 games here today. Should be a great day of action.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this first game. I'm hoping that right out of the gate kind of wake us up and, wake the teams up and everybody working here down at Sokol Arena. Some high-octane, really intense basketball. And it's March. This is the greatest time of the year for your basketball fans. This is going to be a fantastic day. 4 really tantalizing matchups that we've got here downtown Omaha, Nebraska, and what a day it is so far.
Absolutely, you got that right. So let's take a look at our first matchup of the day on the women's side of things. It's the 13th seed, the St. Francis Cougars, coming in with a record of 17-9 overall, 11-6 in conference play, against the 4th seeded Tigers of Dakota Wesleyan out of Mitchell, South Dakota, an overall record of 26-7 and a conference mark of 15-7. And you look at these two teams, Owen, they're coming in off of different results in their conference tournaments. St. Francis, they won 6 of their last 7 games in the regular season, but had a first-round conference loss, 68-62 against Grace. Meanwhile, Dakota Wesleyan, they've ran the table, winning 9 of their last 10 games and blowing out Morningside, quite frankly, 83-60 to win the Great Plains Athletic Conference Championship. So what are the key differences you're looking for between these two teams coming off different results and coming out today here in the NAIA?
Yeah, when you have such different results, it all comes down to mentality and how you respond. Because on the Dakota Wesleyan side of things, it was frankly a little easy in the GPAC tournament. So you don't know if they're going to come out a little bit overconfident or if you're going to ride that momentum into the national tournament. On the flip side of things, with St. Francis, you're looking at this, they might have a point to prove here. They might be a little bit jaded after that opening round loss in that tournament. Or they could let that continue into the national tournament, get it inside of their heads, and maybe go a little bit too hard and maybe be a little bit overcautious. I'm not really sure how the mentality is going to line up with these two teams today, but it is all going to be mental in the first couple of minutes of this game, making sure no silly mistakes early on and making sure you're dialed in, because at this point, it is win or go home, and you need to be dialed in for the entire game.
And seeing how the Cougars and the Tigers stack up on the stat sheet, the offenses are fairly similar between St. Francis and Dakota Wesleyan. Cougars averaging 71.2 points per game. Dakota Wesleyan 70.8 points per game, but defensively the Tigers have been dominant compared to the Cougars. 58.2 points allowed per game for DWU and 66 points allowed a game for St. Francis. And Owen, the big difference you're looking for between these two in their gameplay is the work in the paint. We're going to see a lot more three-point shooting out of the Cougars, coming in at a 35.3% mark compared to the Tigers' 27.7% mark from the outside. But in the paint, 40.2 rebounds per game for the Tigers, 36.8 for the Cougars. You say that's going to define it here today.
Yeah, and both teams, neither one really stands out when it comes to rebounding. Dakota Wesleyan has that brief edge with the 4 more rebounds per game that they're averaging. But you look at the two rosters with Kunkel and coming into this one, Crawford being the only 2 Cougars averaging 6 rebounds a game. Dakota Wesleyan's got 3 different players averaging 6 rebounds or more per game. So it's really going to come down to, not every shot's going to go in. We know that with basketball, and we know this late on in this tournament. So it's going to be won and lost between who gets more offensive and defensive boards. On the offensive side of things, getting second attempts beyond the arc could rack up the points early on for Dakota Wesleyan. But I was also biased. I was a big man back in my day, so anytime any of the big men down low get the rebounds, get the points, anything inside of the paint, I'm always a little bit biased towards it.
Yeah, so looking at the impact players for both these teams today, St. Francis going to be watching the junior number 4, Cassidy Crawford, the 6-foot flat forward, team leader in points per game at 15.9, also 6 rebounds per game to impact that work in the paint, as you mentioned. Then also another girl you mentioned, Malia Kunkel, number 20, the junior, 11.8 points per game, and the team leader in rebounds at 6.8 boards per game. And then Dakota Wesleyan, they've got excellent all-around scoring. It starts with number 34, the junior Maddie Reiner at 13.3 points per game. Number 2, Kaylee Kirk as well at 9.5 points per game too. And number 44, Jada Campbell at 12.8 points per game and 6 rebounds per game. So Owen, which 2 players or few players from both of these squads are you looking for to stand out and really make a big impact on today's matchup?
I'm really leaning towards Kaylee Kirk being somebody that stands out today for Dakota Wesleyan. You're looking at, like you mentioned, there's some real offensive talent with Dakota Wesleyan coming into today. So if they can get those players hot early on, especially Kirk, they're able to rack up points early on. This could be like they had in the GPAC championship game. Could open up a wide margin of victory, but should be a very entertaining game, and I'm really looking forward to this one early on.
Absolutely. So we will pause for a moment for the national anthem and be back with tip-off between St. Francis and Dakota Wesleyan coming up next.
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.
Welcome back to DJ Sokol Arena here in Omaha, Nebraska for the opening round of the NAIA Women's Basketball National Tournament, where we have 4th-seeded Dakota Wesleyan, the Tigers from Mitchell, South Dakota, going up against the 13th-seeded Cougars of St. Francis from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Tyler Reedy and Owen Godberson on the call here this morning as we introduce the starters here at DJ Sokol. Dakota Wesleyan in the white jerseys on the left bench. They'll be moving from left to right on your screen. St. Francis in the all blues. They'll be moving from right to left as we look at the starters from Dakota Wesleyan out on the floor. Number 2, Kaylee Kirk, the senior guard. Number 4, Aspen Hansen, the sophomore guard. Number 10, Rin Ostis, the junior guard. Number 44, Jada Campbell, the senior center. And number 34, Maddie Reiner, the junior forward. We'll wait for St. Francis to take the floor as well and give you their starters. Number 4, Cassidy Crawford, the junior forward. Number 1, Emily Parrott, the freshman guard. Number 22, Reagan Pate, the sophomore guard. Number 5, Sydney Crow, the senior guard. And number 20, Malia Kunkel, the junior forward. Owen, any final notes here before we go to tip-off?
I am so ready for this. Like you said earlier on, it is March, it is madness, and we are so amped up for this opening round action.
We are ready to go in the NAIA opening round with Dakota Wesleyan winning the tip, and it will start in the hands of Kaylee Kirk. Tigers come in with a record of 26-7, the Great Plains Athletic Conference champions with an 83-60 victory over Morningside in the finals. Here's Aspen Hansen on the drive. She was blocked on the inside by Malia Kunkel, and a good defensive stand to start for the Cougars. They'll take over. Swing it all the way up ahead to the corner for Sydney Crow. She moves it to Kunkel. On a bounce to Emily Parrott. Crawford at the top. Works her way in, hands back out to Parrott once more. On a screen from Crawford, working along the baseline, and Parrott stepped out of bounds. So both teams with strong defensive performances on the opening possession. It'll be Tiger basketball.
And that could be huge for Wesleyan, getting off early there with that stop. Parrott just ran out of room there on the baseline, but getting that block down inside early on, that could have swung momentum the way against Dakota Wesleyan. An early start and not really much offense going so far.
2-point jumper was off the mark from Maddie Reiner, the all Great Plains Athletic Conference first teamer out of Tripp, South Dakota. Just over a minute, 15 seconds into this one here in Omaha. Both teams feeling out the offensive side of the ball here. Sydney Crow over to Kunkel. Cougars going to work. Kunkel on the drive. She was blocked inside, able to get it back. Now Parrott, kick out, 3-point shot. And that's going to be a shot clock violation against the Cougars. Tigers take over with 8:29 to go in the first.
Oh, really good defense on either side. Might be where this game, we were talking about before the game, this might be won and lost in the paint. But how good either side defensively have shown out so far. It may just come down to who's able to pull up from distance a little bit more often.
Kaylee Kirk working around for the Tigers. 10 to shoot. She'll fire from 2. That one's offline and rebounded by Crawford. Here come the Cougars. Quick 3-point shot in transition is knocked down by Reagan Pate, the sophomore from Granger, Indiana. It is 3-0 Cougars.
It's about as perfect as a three-pointer as you could get off the back foot. Maybe off balance just a little bit, but she barely got enough room there in an early response there.
Yep, quick answer. Kaylee Kirk.
I think we may be opening up early with the offense here. This may be a turning point.
So 3-2 the lead for the Cougars on the basket by Kaylee Kirk to get Dakota Wesleyan on the board. And Kirk comes up with a steal on the other end. Chance for the Tigers to take the lead. They'll move this into the post. Jada Campbell works around and scores. Dakota Wesleyan has the lead at 4-3. Just over 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jada Campbell, all Great Plains Athletic Conference second teamer this season, the senior center out of Alexandria, South Dakota. Here's a drive on the other end, and a tough try, defended well, was Emily Parrott, as it was Aspen Hansen meeting her on the inside. We'll see a couple substitutions made. Dakota Wesleyan will bring Isabel Enan and Natalie Gottlieb into the game. We'll also see Chloe McKnight for St. Francis.
Defensive play there with Hansen sticking with the drive into the paint, just barely getting that tip to knock it out.
And an unforced error that time for the Cougars. It is thrown out of bounds on the inbound. And it'll be Dakota Wesleyan basketball with 6:56 to go. As we'll see another substitution for St. Francis. This will be Elise Skaggs, number 30. So Tigers now working with the 1-point lead. 2 points each from Kaylee Kirk and Jada Campbell. They're working into Gottlieb. Natalie Gottlieb finds the back cut with Isabel Enan to make it a 6-3 game.
Fantastic move and even better awareness to get that in on the back cut. Wide open coming in.
And a drive on the other end. These two teams starting to go back and forth. That's Sydney Crow for 2, and it's 6-5. Now we'll get a whistle and a foul away from the basketball. It will go against St. Francis. That's against Cassidy Crawford. First team foul on either side, as we will see a change made for Wesleyan. Morgan Edelman, the freshman, into the game.
If you're St. Francis, you really need to cut down those silly mistakes. The inbound turnover down on the other end, and then kind of limit those silly fouls down inside, because if you get into foul trouble against an offensive juggernaut like Dakota Wesleyan, you could find yourself in trouble really quickly.
Reiner was short on the jumper. St. Francis pushes the pace the other way. Drive and kick three-pointer from Chloe McKnight. Nothing but nylon, and the Cougars have the lead back. We go back and forth in Omaha. It's 8-6 St. Francis.
Well, I take back what I said about maybe giving
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike. Our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
Way better three-point shooting team, a 35.3% mark this season compared to Dakota Wesleyan at just 27.7%. So if there is an opportunity for the lower seed here to make some noise and potentially cause an upset, it would be from, as you said, beyond the three-point line. And Cougars certainly showing it early with Chloe McKnight and Reagan Pate already knocking down triples. So Wesleyan will look to respond, trailing by 2. As this is Morgan Edelman with the basketball. This is fed over to Isabel Enan. She works her way around. Enan got her defender in the air, but missed the layup. And the rebound taken in by Pate, and the Cougars come the other way. Reagan Pate on the right wing, gets it back to the top for Crow. She goes to the corner. Now McKnight is going to be a foul on the floor on the inside. They will call it against Rin Ostis of Dakota Wesleyan. That'll be her first. First team foul against Dakota Wesleyan, as they will bring Kaylee Kirk and Aspen Hansen back into the game. .5:20 to go in the opening quarter. 15 to shoot for the Cougars. Here's a drive from Chloe McKnight. She's unable to score, and the rebound goes for Kaylee Kirk. Tigers working with some pace up ahead. Kirk steps back, swings it over. Now to the corner. Isabel Enan driving in, double teamed, lost it. A steal for Elise Skaggs, and she will slow things down for the Cougars. They work in transition. Pate on the left wing. Sydney Crow goes across the court. Another three-point look. That one is off the mark from Chloe McKnight. St. Francis certainly been aggressive from three-point land so far, as we expected. Two-point jumper on the other end won't go from Enan. And we get a foul on the rebound. That will go against St. Francis. And Dakota Wesleyan will be able to keep the possession alive. And they'll have 2 shots as well. Foul goes against Skaggs, and Aspen Hansen will shoot the free throws.
Good work from Hansen to get up and get that board. Didn't think she was going to be able to get that shot off, and St. Francis made sure she didn't.
Hansen able to knock down the first one, a 58.2 free throw shooter percentage on the year. Dakota Wesleyan as a team at 70.4% from the line, and a 2-for-2 trip to tie the game for Aspen Hansen. .422 to go in the first quarter. Backing her way in is Kunkel. She has to kick it all the way back out for McKnight. Kunkel gets it again in the post. Throws it on a bounce. What a find to the inside, and able to score it is Elise Skaggs, and the Cougars are back in front by 2.
Great move from Skaggs there just to get a half a foot of space there, but that's more than enough for a player like her to get it into the paint and get that in.
Now St. Francis takes it back, coming the other way. Cougars, the 13 seed, going up against the 4 seed, looking as comfortable as ever here in Omaha to start the tournament. This is Emily Parrott calling the shot to the top. Her pass was deflected, but goes right to Kunkel. She finds McKnight with 12 to shoot. McKnight on a bounce to Kunkel. 6 on the shot clock. Kunkel, tough try, got the bounce. And St. Francis has its largest lead of the game at 4 points.
Aggressive move to get it over the top of Campbell. Thought she was going to be able to get the defensive stop. What a move there for the Cougars.
2-point jumper on the other end won't go. And that was from Kaylee Kirk. And all of a sudden, St. Francis has momentum in its favor. Emily Parrott working her way in. Now doubles back and finds McKnight. Inside to Kunkel. Continuing to do work in the post. Kunkel, turnaround floater. That one will go. Malia Kunkel getting things done for St. Francis, and the Cougars lead by 6. On the other end, Kunkel with the defense. That was against Jada Campbell, and so far Dakota Wesleyan, aside from a few drives and lay-ins early on, just hasn't had the answers against St. Francis.
Kunkel is playing Jada Campbell like a fiddle this morning. So far, so good down in the paint for Campbell. Going into this one, we thought she was going to be a juggernaut down low. So far, Kunkel has had every answer to the questions posed.
Playing hot potato, turnovers back and forth, and finally able to score it for Dakota Wesleyan. That's Maddie Reiner with her first 2 points of the game. Both teams now at double digits, 14 for the Cougars, 10 for the Tigers. Here comes St. Francis trying to score again, and defended well that time with Skaggs. It was Natalie Gottlieb standing her up. On the other end, looking to score is Ostis, unable to. And St. Francis now pushes. Fed inside and taken away. They try to get it back to Skaggs. And Dakota Wesleyan now looking to move. Good dribbling from Kirk. Able to get it to Gottlieb, who draws the foul once again. For the second time now, we'll see Dakota Wesleyan go to the line for 2 free throws. Exactly 2 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. As the foul's against Cassidy Crawford. We'll see Aspen Hansen come back into the game for Ostis on the Dakota Wesleyan side. Gottlieb, a 73.8% free throw shooter on the year. She knocks the first one down. Tigers are 3 for 3 from the line to start. And she knocks them both down. And I think free throws are going to be a huge key today, especially with how often we've seen these two teams try to go to work in the paint.
Yeah, the aggression that both teams have shown so far on the offensive side of things, you'd imagine there could be some foul trouble here as teams going back and forth to the line. You gotta knock down your charity stripe, especially in a game like this where it is win or go home. It all comes down to who has that clutch gene and is able to come up when otherwise might let the nerves get to you from the stripe.
Tough look for Chloe McKnight. She has no problem with that. 5 points for her, and now a steal for Emily Parrott. She has it knocked out from behind. Good defensive hustle by Kaylee Kirk to break up the fast break. And with 1:26 to go in the first quarter, it'll stay with the Cougars, already ahead by 4.
That is a great read from Kirk, making sure you knew that was going to go on the right side of the hoop, so she read that like a book to get that out. just prevent the fast break and get back on defense and try to settle in a little bit. Try to gain momentum.
Kunkel working in. Kunkel, left hand off glass. She scores again. Malia Kunkel with 6 points. She has been the go-to here in this opening quarter for St. Francis. Kirk surveying her options, kicks it out for three. That one is missed by Maddie Reiner. And now under a minute to go in the quarter, opportunity for St. Francis to extend the lead even further. Skaggs on the bounce to Parrott. 15 to shoot, 43 on the game clock. Parrott hands back. That's a deep three for McKnight, and it rims out. Rebounded by Kaylee Kirk. Six seconds between shot and game clock. As Kaylee Kirk holds on to it at the top. Ten to shoot. As Gottlieb hands back to Hansen. Now they feed it back into Aspen Hansen with 3 on the shot clock. Hansen unable to score. 5 seconds to work with now for St. Francis. They'll move it ahead for Parrott. Emily Parrott throws it up at the buzzer, and it's well short. That'll do it for the first quarter here in Omaha. Potential upset watch as the 13th seeded St. Francis Cougars lead the 4th seeded Dakota Wesleyan Tigers by a score of 18-12. We will take a quick break and be right back on Striv TV.
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.
Welcome back to Omaha here at DJ Sokol Arena for the 4 versus 13 matchup here in the NAIA Women's National Tournament. Dakota Wesleyan trailing the lower seeded St. Francis Cougars by a score of 18-12. Tyler Reedy and Owen Godberson on the call. Owen, what were your takeaways, your thoughts on that opening quarter?
I loved the aggression from both sides, going to the paint early on, attacking the rim. There's a lot of really good looks that might have gone begging a little bit for Dakota Wesleyan. So like you said, we could be on upset watch here.
But a quick answer from Jada Campbell. That's an excellent way to start quarter number 2 for Dakota Wesleyan. They are back within 4 as Jada Campbell has 4 points. Now Elise Skaggs for St. Francis. They swing it to the quarter for Kunkel. Tries to go inside on the bounce, and that'll be a kicked ball against Dakota Wesleyan, so possession to stay with St. Francis. Cougars have made the NAIA tournament 2 of the last 3 years. In 2019-2020, they got a first-round victory, but the remainder of the tournament was canceled with the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. And in 2018-19, a first-round loss for the Cougars in the national tournament. As they continue to work on offense, 10 to shoot. As this is Skaggs throwing up a 3. It's airballed short, and they'll say Sydney Crow was out of bounds trying to save it. And it'll be Dakota Wesleyan basketball off to a solid start here in the second quarter of play.
Man, impressive hustle there, trying to keep that one hand, just not quite able to bounce, just not really working there.
Isabel Enan is back in for the Tigers as Aspen Hansen goes to the bench. Under 9 minutes to go until halftime. As this is fed inside. Good patience by Reiner, able to score 2. And here comes Dakota Wesleyan. It's a 2-point ball game.
Great pump fake there. And like you said, the patience there, knowing that defender is coming over the shoulder, the awareness, let him go in over the top. Easy 2 points.
Tiger fans on the far side of the arena starting to make some noise. They've traveled well from Mitchell, South Dakota. As the Cougars work their way inside on the baseline. Tough try, and playing Emily Parrott straight up was Isabel Enan just into the game. Now Kaylee Kirk races the other way. Chance to tie or take the lead for the Tigers. Inside to Jada Campbell, going underneath the hoop. Unable to score, but an offensive rebound and a foul drawn by Rin Ostis. She will go to the line for 2 free throws. If she makes both, the game is tied as St. Francis brings Tiana White and Chloe McKnight into the game. Ostis knocks down the first free throw. She's a 64.9% free throw shooter on the year and all Great Plains Athletic Conference honorable mention this season. She goes 1 of 2 as the second try comes up well short. We've got a 1-point affair here in Omaha. St. Francis still clinging on to the 18-17 lead with 8 minutes until the half.
St. Francis needs to get an open look because it looks like Dakota Wesleyan's a little bit more aggressive on the defensive side of things going into the second quarter.
Trying to wait out the defender underneath was Emily Parrott, and eventually St. Francis trapped. Dakota Wesleyan comes away with the steal. Now they're working inside. Jada Campbell had it knocked out of her hands. It's Tiana White defending her in the paint. Possession will stay with the Tigers as they bring Aspen Hansen right back into the game as Ostis will check out on the bench. Inbound goes all the way back for Enan. She'll let it fly for 3. And Isabel Enan has brought the Tigers back in front. It's 20-18.
Goodness gracious, that was fantastic from deep.
Right off the inbound, Enan wasting no time. Meanwhile, St. Francis wasting no time, able to tie the game with Emily Parrott. It is 20-all with 7:10 to go in the first half. Now on the other end, a 2-point jump shot is short. Trying to take the lead back. Cougars miss on the 3-pointer. Now 6:45 to go until halftime. This will be a drive for Kaylee Kirk. Kirk able to score, and you can count the foul as well. Kirk will have a shot at a 3-point play, and all of a sudden Dakota Wesleyan has hit the gas here in the second quarter.
Another silly mistake from St. Francis. Didn't need the foul there. She was going round. Unfortunate break. Dakota Wesleyan, like you said, coming into this second quarter, a lot of energy and a lot of pressure early on.
They're on a 10-2 run, and they'll have a chance to add more as the pass from Emily Parrott is errant and into the Wesleyan bench. Tigers right back on offense with 6:30 to go in the second quarter.
St. Francis looking flustered in the second quarter. They just need one possession where they just kind of calm things down, get their minds back right, because otherwise Dakota Wesleyan, how much of a lead foot they've got on the gas pedal right now.
Here's Kirk, defended well by Parrott. 7 to shoot, driving in and coming up short on the layup try was Hansen. And a defensive stand for the Cougars. Here they come. Parrott, look at that speed. Down the court and able to score with the blocking foul called. An and one response from Emily Parrott. And the game is tied at 22.
Or take what I say, throw it out the window. Caution to the wind, just driving right into the paint with aggression. That was terrific from Parrott.
6:03 remaining in the second. Tigers will bring Maddie Reiner and Jada Campbell back into the game. Emily Parrott at the line. Team leader in steals and named to the Crossroads all-freshman team this year, able to knock down the free throw, and St. Francis has taken the lead at 23-22. Parrott will go to the bench. And she has 5 points now. Here's Ostis working it around to Kirk. She'll shoot a three from the wing. That one well short and rebounded by Sydney Crow. Kirk looking for a steal from behind. Crow able to hold on. And the Cougars will be able to set up the offense. Crow surveying. 15 to shoot. Crow goes cross court. Able to get it over for a three-point shot. That one from White is offline. And rebounded by Dakota Wesleyan. Quick three-pointer in transition is knocked down. And the Tigers right back in front. It's Isabel Enan for three.
And Enan doing a nice job dummying the drive into the middle. As soon as she saw the defender on the back foot, stepped back and drained it from distance. Enan so far 8 points on the day. Terrific outing so far.
And a terrific defensive outing right there, as well as the Tigers able to force the travel against the Cougars. And they will take over on offense, already leading by 2, under 5 minutes to go until the end of the second quarter. Maddie Reiner gets it back over to Enan. Kirk working on the far side. 2-point jump shot. Reiner offline with it. And a foul will be called, going for the rebound. It will go against Enan. It's team foul number 2 against Dakota Wesleyan. As Enan will head to the bench. Ren Ostis takes her place, and the Cougars go to work on offense. St. Francis down by a deuce. They once led by 6. It was 18-12 Cougars at the end of the first quarter, and now they have one stolen. That was Jada Campbell getting in there defensively. Now Kirk working in transition. She'll back out. And a foul called as they work it high-low. It'll go against Sydney Crow of the Cougars as Maddie Reiner was able to draw it in the post. Crow will head to the bench, and Emily Parrott will check back in for St. Francis. Here's Reiner. Guarded tightly. Works it over to Hansen. Back for Reiner, top of the key. Kirk on the drive. Kirk throws up a tough shot with 7 to shoot. Never touched the rim. Second effort does. And finally, Kirk commits the foul. Looking for that rebound. Team foul number 3 against Dakota Wesleyan.
That was Pate doing a nice job there, drawing the foul. Low center of gravity, getting down low in the box out. Just trying to settle things down for St. Francis a little bit as they take the timeout.
So timeout St. Francis with 3:55 to go in the second quarter. The Tigers have stormed back in the front 25-23 as they are on a 13-5 run here in the second quarter. They trailed by 6 to end the first. And Owen, what have you liked from Dakota Wesleyan to weather the storm a little bit in that first quarter and get comfortable once again and jump back into the lead?
Yeah, I like the aggression that they've shown in this second quarter. It has been, like I said earlier, lead foot, high octane in this second 10 minutes. I would like to see Jada Campbell get into this game a little bit more. Only 4 points and 2 rebounds so far for the center down low. She's looked good, a couple of steals. She's had a couple of looks, only 2 for 6 on the day. I think if they can get her firing on all cylinders, this could get out of hand quickly. And I think Dakota Wesleyan, if they want to open this game up a little bit and get some breathing room between the two teams, I think Jada Campbell might be the key, just getting points on the board for the big last down low.
Look at the leading scorers for St. Francis in this one. Leah Kunkel has 6. Emily Parrott has 5. Chloe McKnight also has 5 as they have 6 to shoot. Good find on the inside as it's worked down from Crawford down to Elise Skaggs, who's able to score 2. Skaggs has 4 points, and the game is tied again at 25. Dakota Wesleyan back on offense. Their leading scorers, Isabel Enan with 8, Kaylee Kirk with 4, Reiner with 4, and Jada Campbell with 4. Maddie Reiner finds Campbell. She'll try the 2-point jumper. That one offline and rebounded. A strong play by Kirk.
Kirk taking a little bit of a knock there and staying with the ball.
Yeah, Kirk, the senior from Minnesota, has been all over the court today as this is worked inside for a tough try, and it goes for Aspen Hansen. And Dakota Wesleyan is back in front at 27-25. 2:35 to go in the second quarter. 3-point look on the other end is strong. Chloe McKnight wanted that one, but it didn't go, and now Dakota Wesleyan works back in transition. Kirk directing traffic. It's a little screen from Reiner. That switches her on to McKnight. Inside, and double teamed was Reiner on the inside. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by the Cougars. Dakota Wesleyan will keep it with 2:12 on the clock, 11 to shoot. Reiner hands to Kirk. Swings it over for Ostis on the drive. Ostis unable to score. It is knocked out of bounds off of Dakota Wesleyan, and St. Francis will take possession with 2:04 to go.
That was always going to be a tough drive from Ostis. You see she was a little bit off balance there and stretching as far as she could. Would have been an incredible play if she would have pulled it off, though.
So now it's Emily Parrott handing back for the drive by Elise Skaggs, and she's able to score again. Skaggs has been a force so far for the Cougars, scoring 6 points. That ties her for the team lead and ties the game at 27. Maddie Reiner hands to Rin Ostis. Switches on to Skaggs. Back for Reiner once again with 7 to shoot. Reiner pushing, contested jumper, well short, rebounded by Cassidy Crawford. Cougars will push. Now Crawford runs out of real estate, able to get it to the corner for 3. That one well offline from McKnight and out of bounds. Officials will have a brief discussion about it, and they'll award possession to the Tigers with the game still tied at 27.
Just a wild look from McKnight. We saw her knock down a couple early on, but anymore, she has gone cold from beyond the arc. Now 2 of 7, 1 for 5 from beyond.
Inside they go to Reiner for 2. Counted in the foul for Maddie Reiner. And the Tigers have taken the lead back. It's 29-27, Dakota Wesleyan.
And Kunkel, who has been terrific all day long for St. Francis, just falling asleep there for half a second, and that was all the time that was needed for Dakota Wesleyan to get it down low.
Reiner was huge in the Tigers conference tournament final victory over Morningside, scoring 17 points. She has 7 today, and she has Dakota Wesleyan ahead by 3. 45 seconds to go. Here's Skaggs for the Cougars, handing back for McKnight. This 3 could tie the game. This 3 will tie the game for Chloe McKnight. It's 30-all with 30 seconds to go.
Fair enough, McKnight. I was just saying she might have gone cold. What a way to get yourself back into this one and get your team back level.
2.5 second difference between shot and game clock. 15 seconds on the game clock. Now 10 to shoot. This is Kirk. Handing to Reiner. She goes inside to Jada Campbell, who had to go through the wickets, and it's taken by St. Francis. Shot clock turned off. 3 seconds to go. Here's Skaggs. Gets it over. Got it off for 3, and it goes to beat the buzzer. Reagan Pate sends us to the halftime break with the Cougars ahead, 33-30 in Omaha. And Owen, what a first half, capped off by that exclamation point.
Oh my goodness. Hold the caffeine, folks, because it looks like this is all the energy we'll need. If this tournament stays like this all day long, We're in for a fun day, my friend.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So we will take a break here at halftime and be back in about 15 minutes for the second half in the 4 versus 13 matchup between Dakota Wesleyan and St. Francis here on Striv TV.
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.
Welcome back to Omaha here at DJ Sokol Arena at Creighton University for the opening round of the Women's NAIA National Tournament here between 4th-seeded Dakota Wesleyan and 13th-seeded St. Francis. Cougars, the lower seed, holding their own against the 4th-seeded Tigers. A 33-30 lead here coming out of halftime into the third quarter. Tyler Reedy alongside Owen Gobson in this one. And Owen might have expected a little bit of a blowout, maybe a wider margin between the 4 and the 13 seed. Not the case here in Omaha. It has been hotly contested. It has been back and forth. It's been everything we've wanted here in the first round.
Yeah, and I think it's equal part St. Francis coming into it with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder after losing in their opening round for their conference championship, and also a little bit Dakota Wesleyan coming in complacent after, let's be frank here, dominating the GPAC tournament and really coming into this. Not necessarily sure if overconfident or cocky is the right word, but I'm not sure if they really came into it with the same intensity that they likely should have.
On the drive to start for Wesleyan, able to score is Maddie Reiner. She now has 9 points to lead the Tigers, and she's got them back within 1.
She had a case for an and one there as well to start the half.
Now it's Pate throwing up a 3. She beat the buzzer to end the first half with a 3-pointer, and she starts the third quarter on the same note with a triple. Pate has 9 points as well. On the other end, Jada Campbell, we were talking at halftime. You said she needs to get going. There you have it, 2 points for Campbell.
Yeah, nice little reverse up and under. That might give Campbell the confidence she needs in the second half to really get the offense going in the paint for Wesleyan.
On the other end, a steal for Wesleyan. Have a chance to tie or take the lead, down by 2. This will be Kirk dribbling out to the right wing. Kirk feeds it into the post. Tough try for Reiner, high off glass, wouldn't go. Rebounded by the Cougars. Here's Pate. Pulling up, making a move, kicking it out. 3-point look for Crawford is knocked down. The drive and kick offense for the Cougars working magic, and it's a 5-point game.
That was absolutely terrific. That dish into the corner to recognize that your teammate was in that much space. At that point, it was just kind of a given that one was going to go in as Campbell gets another big 2. Maybe she's starting to turn things around.
Jada Campbell, 4 quick points to start the second half. She has 8 total. And now this is worked into Kunkel. Kunkel shut down by Campbell. And now down by 3. Here comes Dakota Wesleyan. Malia Kunkel for the Cougars had a great first half, 8 points, 6 rebounds, but not a great start. Defended well to start the third quarter. Here's Kirk kicking out to Osthus. She spins. Rin Osthus misjudged the layup, and it's rebounded by Cassidy Crawford. Here she comes. A bit of a 2-on-1 developing as Parrott is fouled from behind and over the top by Reiner. She will go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
I think she might have realized that she had ran out of real estate going towards the baseline. The shot wasn't looking for. I think it might have just been that pump fake looking to draw that foul. I think that might have been her only option. She took it well.
Parrott gets the bounce on the first free throw. She now has 6 points and is 2 of 2 from the free throw line. And she knocks them both down. That's just the second trip to the line so far for St. Francis. Dakota Wesleyan has played a fairly clean game, but Cougars have made the most of their opportunities, going 3 for 3 from the stripe. And they are ahead by 5. Here's Reiner taking a 3 on the other end. That one's too strong. And a strong rebound by Emily Parrott for St. Francis. Here she comes, leading the offense. This is worked into Kunkel. Now driving it in all the way, unable to cash in was Sydney Crow. And now Dakota Wesleyan brings it up ahead. Reiner over to Kirk. Inside. Great hands play there by Crow to knock the pass away and give it back for St. Francis. Malia Kunkel. Back to Emily Parrott. Wesleyan is set to bring Aspen Hansen and Natalie Gottlieb back into the game. Kunkel hands off to Parrott, speeding towards the rim and going to the other side and leaving it short. 6:30 to go in the third quarter. Offenses have gone fairly cold in the recent minutes.
And St. Francis needs to take advantage of that. They need to start making those easy shots because Dakota Wesleyan could very easily get themselves right back into this one. It's only a one-possession game now.
Perfect jumper from Maddie Reiner, who now has 11 points. As this is going to be a foul against Dakota Wesleyan coming back the other way. It will go against Isabel Enan, her third personal. So looks like she will check out of the game along with Maddie Reiner. As we'll see Hansen and Gottlieb now into the game for Dakota Wesleyan. Here's Crawford, tough try, backing her way in, unable to score, but an offensive rebound for Parrott to keep the play alive. And Emily Parrott and Kaylee Kirk have both been flying all over the basketball court today on both sides. Here's the three-pointer, top of the key is missed by Skaggs. And now it's Dakota Wesleyan basketball down by 3. Kirk on a screen from Jada Campbell. Kirk leaves it short on the jumper, and the rebound just barely trickles out of bounds. As we will see Dakota Wesleyan bring Maddie Reiner right back into the game as Jada Campbell will head to the bench after scoring 4 strong points to begin the second half. .5:30 to go in the third quarter. Here's Emily Parrott, 7 points on the day so far. Now it's to Crawford. Great pass fake, able to get to the rack and draw the foul. Cassidy Crawford and the Cougars forcing the issue on these drives. She will head right back to the free throw line for 2 shots. And comes up short on the first one. Crawford has been an excellent all-around presence today for St. Francis. And she hits the second free throw, giving her 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And a little bit of everything here this morning. And it's a 4-point lead for the Cougars. Pressing defensively. Wesleyan able to get it inside, but the pass was knocked up in the air and taken away by McKnight. And a steal on the other end for the Tigers. Both teams putting a lot of pressure on defensively, and now Dakota Wesleyan will try and calm things down a little bit.
And that was an unnecessary turnover from St. Francis. Had plenty of room to run into. Not sure if that was the right passing option.
Inside, working along the baseline and able to draw the foul. Maddie Reiner will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. They get the foul against Elise Skaggs, her second foul of the game. Reiner already working on a big day with 11 points. 2 free throws. Hits the first. That brings the deficit down to 3 points. And Reiner hits both. 13 points for the junior from Tripp, South Dakota. As the Tigers will take Aspen Hansen and Natalie Gottlieb out of the game. Jada Campbell has come back in, along with Isabel Enan with those 3 fouls. So head coach Jason Christian
Need to start taking advantage of him and opening up a little bit of room.
And they go to Kunkel. Malia Kunkel draws the foul against Jada Campbell. Kunkel has been vital to the St. Francis offense here today. She's headed back to the line for 2 shots.
Kunkel so far tied for second most points for St. Francis with 8. Has a chance to bring that total to 10 and have her be the team leader in points on the day. But she's been the most aggressive, I would say, for St. Francis, trying to get points up on, obviously, Reagan Pate with those 2 3-pointers on either side of the halftime break.
Kunkel misses the first free throw. Member of the All Crossroads second team and member of the Crossroads All Defensive team as well. She's done the majority of her work on offense today, putting up 9 points and getting the Cougars back to a 3-point lead. Here's Jada Campbell on the perimeter. to Kirk. Kaylee Kirk. Back to Renostis. Inside Reiner. Fadeaway jumper, offline, and a strong offensive rebound, and a foul is called. That's Rin Ostis making things happen underneath the hoop. She will have 2 free throws coming up, and all of a sudden, these two teams getting into the line a lot more often here in the third quarter.
And that would have been one of the more ludicrous and ones you were likely to see if that would have gone in.
You think you could have pulled that one off when you were a big man back in the day?
Absolutely not. I couldn't pull it off at my athletic peak, which my athletic peak was
low bar.
Oh, bars on the ground in that case. It's the reason I'm up here, mate.
First free throw is missed by Ostis. That keeps it at a 3-point game. Ostis 1 for 2, now 1 for 3 from the line. And you can make that 2 for 4 as she gets the friendly roll, and it's a 2-point contest here at Sokol Arena. 2:30 to go in the third quarter. Sydney Crow gets it up top. They swing it around to Emily Parrott. 12 to shoot. Inside, high-low game. Kunkel able to get it down to Crawford, but she can't score. And now an opportunity for Dakota Wesleyan. Inside, Jada Campbell fouled on the floor. That will be team foul number 3 against the Cougars in this half. And possession will stay with Wesleyan. 2:06 to go in the third quarter, 21 on the shot clock. Worked into Maddie Reiner. Renostis. Down low to Reiner, unable to finish it, but another offensive board for Ostis. Tried to throw it off the defender, but it was kept in play. Now a 3-on-1. Parrott threw it behind Cassidy Crawford, but she is able to reset. And now it's in the hands of Sydney Crow. 1:40 in the third quarter. Cross court. Parrott into Kunkel, double teamed. 3-point try from Crow, nothing but nylon. And it's a 5-point Cougar lead late in the third. And the ball movement of the Cougars, despite some pressure on that possession, was superb.
Yeah, I thought that play was dead when that breakaway the pass was just a bit behind the streaking into the back post. The way they were able to adjust, and the Cougars were able to keep that one alive. And obviously, Crow with the deep shot. Campbell almost getting the and one there. Let's see, she can turn around her scoring fortunes from the charity stripe. A little bit of a conversation between Crawford and the official there. Not really much in that foul. You could see that going either way, but when you got such a presence down low like Jada Campbell does, it almost seems like her own gravitational pull and getting those fouls and getting the contact as she goes up for it.
Campbell strong on the first free throw. Talked about earlier, free throw is going to be so important with these two teams working so much around the paint. Campbell already 8.6 rebounds, and you can make it 9 and 6 as she cuts the margin down to 4. Just over a minute to go in quarter number 3. St. Francis still holding on to the unexpected lead. Kunkel. Now they drive in, and they're going to get an offensive foul. Charge called against Chloe McKnight, the freshman. That's a big one for Dakota Wesleyan to draw. And now they'll take it with a chance to potentially create a 2-for-1 opportunity with 22 seconds between shot and game clock. High-low, Reiner got it in the foul. Maddie Reiner has taken over in the third quarter. She now has 15 points on the day, and she's going to the free throw line for a chance to make it a 1-point game.
That is tenacious down low from Maddie Reiner. Going up, she knew she was going to get that contact immediately. Went up nonetheless strong. Was able to get that one to go. And it is a 1-point ball game. Timeout. Looks like it at least.
No, substitutions here.
There we go. This is an exciting day so far. Reiner grabbing this game by the collar and hauling Dakota Wesleyan back into it. St. Francis needs an answer here.
Freshman Morgan Edelman back into the game for Dakota Wesleyan. 9 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Parrott surveying, driving, stops on a dime, kicks back for Kunkel. Malia Kunkel, double teamed, kicks it out, extra pass, three-pointer was deflected and comes up well short, but an offensive rebound for Kunkel. And she's going to the free throw line, drawing the foul against Natalie Gottlieb.
What a response that would have been if Kunkel would have been able to get it to go. Maybe just a little bit too strong. I think she anticipated a little bit more contact than she got. Enough to get the foul, not enough to adjust and get that one to go.
Kunkel has been one of the MVPs of the morning for St. Francis as she knocks down the free throw. That gets her to 10 points alongside 7 rebounds and 3 assists. And she hits them both. 11 points for Kunkel. 10 seconds on the third quarter clock. Pull-up jumper, free throw line. It actually was a pass. Faked me out up here in the booth as Reiner goes down to Campbell for 2. 1 second on the clock. Parrott off the back iron. That was close, but we end the third quarter. It's a 1-point game. High stakes action in Omaha. St. Francis 48, Dakota Wesleyan 47 as we head to the fourth quarter. Up next on Striv TV.
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.
Welcome back to Omaha for the opening round of the NAIA Women's National Tournament, where we have the 4th-seeded Dakota Wesleyan Tigers on the ropes against the 13th-seeded St. Francis Cougars. It's 48-47 in favor of St. Francis to begin the fourth quarter. 10 minutes to decide this one. Tyler Reedy and Owen Godberson here. And Owen, as if we haven't seen enough through the first 30 minutes of this one, we've got 10 great minutes of basketball coming up.
I was just about to say, the way this game has gone so far, I would not have been surprised in the least if that half-court heave to end the third would have gone in. This has been a thrilling half hour of basketball so far. And to think, this is only game 1 of the day, so strap yourselves in, buckle in, folks. We are in for a fantastic day of hoops here in Omaha, Nebraska.
St. Francis begins with possession. This is Reagan Pate working inside to Kunkel. Malia Kunkel tries to score again and does with the buzzer going off for the shot clock. Malia Kunkel continues to do work. She has 13 points. Cougars back ahead by 3. Kaylee Kirk to Maddie Reiner. Reiner, tough try. Reiner won't fall. And rebounded by the Cougars. Kunkel grabbing another board. Transition 3 on the other end is missed by Pate. And Campbell grabs the board for Wesleyan. Look at some of the stats in this one. Field goal percentage, 45 for St. Francis, 35.4 for Wesleyan. St. Francis, 7 out of 18 from three-point land. And Dakota Wesleyan, as I said at the top, not much of a three-point shooting team. Just 2 of 5 today. As we have a foul going against St. Francis. 8:48 to go in the fourth quarter. Fresh 20 on the shot clock for Dakota Wesleyan. Quick 3 off the inbound. That one is knocked in, and the game is tied at 50. Isabel Enan for 3.
Now that was a set play right out of practice. That was terrifically worked. getting the shooter at the top of the key some space with the screen. Terrific work there to make it a tie ball game.
Tough drive on the other end. Would not go for Chloe McKnight. Here comes Wesleyan. Ostis drawing the foul, forcing the issue on the drive. She has 2 free throws coming up. 8:20 to go in the fourth quarter. Haven't seen a whole lot of momentum swings just yet in the second half, but this could be one for Dakota Wesleyan. Ostis to the free throw line with a chance for the lead.
And if St. Francis doesn't get anything on this ensuing possession, it could be Wesleyan getting that little bit of distance that they've been looking for. It's been back and forth all day, and St. Francis has kept the Tigers at arm's length thus far. This is a massive possession here for the Cougars, down 2, trying to get a little bit of momentum back.
Ostis hits both. She's 4 of 6 from the free throw line and has 4 points, a 2-point lead for the Tigers. Dakota Wesleyan has gotten 30 points in the paint today compared to 20 for St. Francis, as they've got another steal. That's Reiner coming up with it.
That was just too forced there for St. Francis. Maybe getting a little bit nervous and a little bit flustered as we get the pressure on from Dakota Wesleyan, because that was an unforced error, and thankfully it didn't come back to bite them.
Jada Campbell unable to convert on the hook shot. Now a cross-court pass to Parrott. Emily Parrott sets up for 3 and comes up short. Rebound pops out and back into the hands of Aspen Hansen. Now Kirk gets it back. Under 7.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Maddie Reiner drives in and defended perfectly by Cassidy Crawford. And now she races ahead. Crawford, coast to coast, unable to score as the layup was left short. Now Ostis up the wing. Reiner, ball fake. Reiner ran out of real estate off the bottom of the iron. And St. Francis back the other way with Reiner falling down. Chance to push here. Extra pass, 3-pointer. McKnight is strong, but an offensive rebound. That one misses. Parrott had a chance to tie the game with the second chance opportunity, and now we're seeing the rim starting to tighten up on both sides.
Who put the lid on the basket to start this fourth quarter?
Timeout Dakota Wesleyan. So both teams will have a chance to talk about how they want to try and solve these tightened up rims here on both ends. 6:35 to go in the fourth quarter. The 18 on the shot clock for Dakota Wesleyan when they come out of the timeout. We take a quick look at the leading scores in this one. Leading all scorers for the Tigers, Maddie Reiner with 16 points. She has come alive in the second half, as has Jada Campbell with 11 points. Isabel Enan tied for second on the team with 11 as well. And then 3 Tigers with 4, Kirk, Hansen, and Ostis. And then for the Cougars of St. Francis, Malia Kunkel has been the go-to all day long with 13 points. Chloe McKnight has 8, Reagan Pate with 9, Emily Parrott with 7. So, Owen, which scorers, rebounders as well, who are you watching for down the stretch to make a big impact here in the fourth?
Well, it's got to be Reagan Pate. She's had a couple of clutch threes on either side of the halftime interval. She needs to start cooking a little bit more here, because with only one player so far for the Cougars in double digits when it comes to point, that offensive production needs to be a little bit sharper. Otherwise, you could see how efficient Dakota Wesleyan has been with 3 different players in double digits. You could see that efficiency just kind of get away from the Cougars here if they aren't a little bit better on the offensive side.
Reiner missed the jumper on the offensive end for Wesleyan. Now cross-court pass to Parrott. 8 to shoot for the Cougars. Driving in and losing it was Crawford. Now Kirk, kick out, huge 3-pointer is hit by Aspen Hansen. And the Tigers lead by 5. 55-50, Dakota Wesleyan has stormed out in front, and a timeout taken by St. Francis with 5:41 to go in regulation. We will take a quick break here on Striv TV and be back for the final minutes.
Because no 2 sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.
Welcome back to Omaha here at DJ Sokol Arena on the campus of Creighton University. Opening round of the Women's NAIA National Tournament. The fourth-seeded Dakota Wesleyan riding the wave of momentum to a 55-50 lead over 13th-seeded St. Francis. And the Tigers, talked about in the beginning, not the best three-point shooting team. They prefer more often to work around their bigs and Jada Campbell and Maddie Reiner, but today they haven't taken many, but when they have, they've been very efficient. 4 of 7, 57.1%, and they just got a big one from Aspen Hansen. So now the Cougars looking for that response. Into a zone defense, the Tigers. A three from the top of the key is missed by Malia Kunkel. And the Tigers take over, starting to figure themselves out a little bit and get comfortable in the final minutes.
This late surge from Dakota Wesleyan might have been perfectly timed. St. Francis hasn't had much of an answer here in the last few minutes.
Just over 5 minutes to play in regulation. Here's a drive. And that'll be a blocking foul, and somehow the basket goes as well. Maddie Reiner is on a tear in the second half, and she's going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
You're almost at a loss for words anymore. That was fantastic work to go up from Maddie Reiner, and the extra cherry on top there, getting that free throw to go, opening up the biggest lead of the day so far.
Yeah, on either side. 19 points now for Maddie Reiner. She's been brilliant from the line as well. 5 for 5 on free throws. Now Emily Parrott wants an answer and draws a foul on the floor. Or will it be a shooting foul? Looks like they will call a shooting foul, so 2 shots coming up for Parrott. And she will have 2 free throws, wastes no time, and knocks the first one down. 8 points now for Emily Parrott. Hasn't had a great day from the field, 2 of 9 shooting, but she is now a perfect 5 of 5 from the free throw line. So a big 2 points there from the Cougars to try and stem the tide a little bit. They've got it back to a 58-52 deficit. Now Maddie Reiner. What will she do next? Already with those 19 points, a near turnover, and it'll be a foul against the Cougars. Looking for that steal. With 4:24 to go in the fourth quarter, possession stays with the Tigers. A fresh 20 on the shot clock as they go into Jada Campbell. Wasting no time, Jada Campbell for 2. And the lead back to 8 for the Tigers. Parrott again pushing. This time she lost it. It's tied up. We'll have a jump ball, and possession will go to Dakota Wesleyan.
Parrott just might have done a little bit too much there, trying to play hero ball late, trying for that answer. She had a couple of looks that she could have taken earlier on. It's just going to come down to decision making in this last 4 minutes for the Cougars to see if they can keep in this game.
4:11 to go in regulation. The inbound goes to Kaylee Kirk. Finds Isabel Enan up ahead, who hands back off to Kirk. 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Cougars need to string together some stops. Enan. Osthus working along the baseline. Osthus comes up short on the lay-in. and throws it out of bounds through the legs of Kirk as she wound up on the ground, grabbing that offensive rebound, and possession goes to St. Francis with 3:46 to go.
Unfortunate, they're so close to getting the offensive board, and this is a must-score possession for St. Francis. And as I say that, almost taken away from them in their own side of the court.
Now driving in, looking to score, and able to do so is Elise Skaggs. She now has 6 points, and she has the deficit down to 6 points as well as the Cougars trying to get on a little bit of a run here. Foul called against the Cougars. That'll go against Emily Parrott. It'll be her 4th. So foul trouble starting to mount up a little bit for the Cougars. They already have Sydney Crow with 4 and Elise Skaggs with 4 as well. Tigers not in huge issues yet as Isabel Enan has been sitting on 3 since the beginning of the second half. And now free throws with the Tigers in the bonus. As able to hit both is Kaylee Kirk. Kirk now with 6 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And a steal for the Tigers. Chance to take a double-digit lead. Kirk will slow it down. She's double-teamed. Kirk is fouled once again. She has 2 more free throws coming up. And it is all Dakota Wesleyan here in the 4th quarter.
Oh, that was a poor decision and a poor giveaway there from Parrott in the double team. And it might be right to just give her a minute or 2 on the bench, get her head right, because a couple of decisions not really quite there for one of the better players today for the Cougars.
Kirk couldn't get the roll on the first free throw. Second one goes. It's a 9-point game. A reminder that right after this one at 1:45, we will have the second of our 2 opening round women's games here in Omaha between Bethel, Tennessee and St. Xavier. Winner of this one plays the winner of that one. Here's a 3-pointer left short from Pate on the outside. And the rebound to Dakota Wesleyan, now under 2:40 to go in the 4th. And you know you're going to want to milk all of that shot clock as they hold it along the perimeter. Now they'll take the 3 with 10 to shoot. That one rims out, but an offensive rebound. That's Kirk unable to score. Second effort goes for Jada Campbell, and the lead is double digits, 65-54 Dakota Wesleyan.
St. Francis just has not had an answer to anything in this 4th quarter. And it might be lights out because of it.
Under 2 to go. St. Francis needs a push. And Kunkel is able to provide it with the basket and the foul. Malia Kunkel with 15 points now on the day. And she will have a chance at a 3-point play to try and provide a last-minute spark for the Cougars as they bring Chloe McKnight into the game for Elise Skaggs. Kunkel unable to hit the free throw. They needed that. And it remains a 9-point game. They haven't fixed the scoreboard here. It should be 65-56. In the arena, it does say 65-54, and now they fixed it. 1:35 to go. As this is Kirk, 10 to shoot. They work it around to Enan. Reiner, 5 on the shot clock. Reiner able to score, and they use 26 seconds of shot clock. A perfect possession for Dakota Wesleyan to take the 11-point lead back. Now Crow. St. Francis has to hurry. Kunkel looking for 2 more, and Campbell says no thank you. The big time block, and Dakota Wesleyan in full control now. As this is Kirk holding with 53 seconds to go. Jada Campbell into Reiner. Reiner is fouled, And why not more free throws from Maddie Reiner, who has 21 points. Chance to tie a career high if she hits them both with 23 points.
Like you said earlier, she has grabbed this game by the scruff of the neck. 21. Make that 22 on the day of 68 points for Dakota Wesleyan. An absolute standout performance.
So Reiner will not yet tie the career high as she has 22 points on the 1-for-2 trip from the line. But the Dakota Wesleyan faithful rising to its feet on the far side of the arena, traveling down from Mitchell, South Dakota, and appreciative of this big fourth quarter from the Tigers. A game that was once tied 50-50 has been stretched to a 12-point margin with Dakota Wesleyan in front behind those 22 points from Reiner, 15 as well from Jada Campbell, who has woken up in the second half. Isabel Enan, who was key in the first half to keep things afloat when St. Francis was rolling. She has 11 points. And then for the Cougars, it's been all Malia Kunkel with 15 points, but supporting cast just hasn't been there down the stretch like you would expect from St. Francis. Emily Parrott has 9, Chloe McKnight with 8, Reagan Pate with 9, but the scoring distribution has not quite been there for the Cougars like it's been for the Tigers.
Oh, not at all. Like you said, the supporting cast really boosting up Campbell and Reiner. You're looking at the stats. Isabel Enan, she hasn't taken many from beyond the arc, but she has been efficient. 75% from distance. That is a crucial 9 points there.
Reiner, as we've talked about, as you've said, has taken the whole game by the scruff of the collar, and she's also taken control of the offense. 8 of 21. She's attempted over 20 field goals here in this one. Leading this offense, normally one of the top contributors with 13.3 points a game, as on the other end, able to score is Cassidy Crawford with 35 seconds on the clock. It's a 10-point game. Let's see if the Cougars elect to foul. They haven't yet. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Tigers. Dakota Wesleyan continues to work it around, and now finally with 20.3 on the clock, we will get a foul against St. Francis. That'll go against Chloe McKnight, and it'll send Isabel Enan back to the free throw line. Enan hits the first. Give her 12 points as she knocks down her first free throw attempt of the day. Enan misses the second. And we will have a substitution timeout as St. Francis is going to empty out the bench. I'm sure Dakota Wesleyan might do the same. Although it looks like, yep, now they will. They'll bring the 5 to the scores table. The seniors for St. Francis will leave the court one final time. And they will get a big hug from the coaches and a hand from the crowd as well. As it looks like Dakota Wesleyan is set to move on to tomorrow evening. Take on the winner of Bethel and St. Xavier. Here's a three-pointer. That one off the mark from Taylor DePriest. St. Francis has the rebound. 2 seconds to go. Not sure if they got it off. It won't matter. Comes up short. And the Dakota Wesleyan Tigers are opening round victors here in Omaha. They hold on despite some early troubles to take down St. Francis with a 69-58 victory here at DJ Sokol Arena. Owen, big win for Dakota Wesleyan to show that they can fight through some adversity and pull out on top.
An absolutely crucial win, because we talked about it going into today's game. When you have an easy conference tournament win like they did before this weekend, you're not sure where that mentality is going to be. They weren't sharp in that first half. Not sure what the coach said at the halftime break, but it must have worked because they came out lethal in the second 20 minutes, especially in the final quarter, and a big, big win for the Tigers. They kind of get a little bit of momentum back. Like you said, push through adversity and bring this team even closer together.
So we will be back at 1:45 p.m. for the second women's opening round NAIA matchup between St. Xavier and Bethel, Tennessee. The 5 versus 12 matchup should be another great one. We will see you then here on Striv TV.
Because no two sports-related injuries are alike, our sports medicine team is made up of people from all medical backgrounds covering a variety of specialties.
We work together to create a treatment plan customized to your individual injury.
We understand that activity is not limited by age, gender, or skill level, and we offer care that is tailored to you.
Sports injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend warrior or an elite athlete, and we'll be here for you when you need us.
We treat a variety of injuries, ranging from ankle sprains to ACL tears to shoulder dislocations. Our goal is to help you recover to your maximum potential.
Whether you're on the field, in the gym, or in your own backyard, our treatment and rehabilitation plans will get you back to your peak performance.
Trust our team with your sports medicine needs.
Game on.